Oh, they have automatic messages now too.
So they're those focus things. Oh, I gotta. It's either going to be a cramp or a random like Charlie horse in my hip.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fart.
No, could have been a fart. So I've got like brain off mode, home team mode. So that way when I'm in the fucking rink, I'm on the Bluetooth playing the music at the hockey games. If I'm the person who's designated for music and my phone's not going off. And then, which is just home team. There we take score. That stuff. And then I have a recording podcast mode, which I turned on. So if anybody, what the fuck? It's just Eagle does. This will be the day. And then look. Oh, if I close my phone because it's on podcast mode, it's got a totally different background, better icon. Also, so I know that I'm still on podcast mode because I need visuals.
And podcast mode. I just thought we could do something random. It doesn't have to be super long. It doesn't have to be super short. I don't know at this point between
the stars download
between the entirety of this family at this moment.
Oh yeah, I am here for a couple days next week. My phone's almost dead too.
That's fine. We're just going free.
Also, my husband had the cold. Now my child has the cold, and I'm definitely getting the cold. I'm pretty sure.
I have avoided said cold.
Yes.
I am just cold.
Ish.
But on that note, what is freaking out? My name is Eve.
My name is Sara.
And we are Burnt Out Perfectionist.
Happy. My birthday is today. It is my birthday. I'm 39 years old.
It is currently Friday, October 17th. But you'll be listening to this on Monday.
Yes. On a Monday.
I think it's next Monday.
No, we have a couple different episodes that are in the thing.
I thought we've already used them.
Nope.
Oh, that's why I was like,
we now post on Thanksgiving.
Me being above and beyond going like, oh my God, we have to record for Monday.
Hey, you know what? I was down for your pet because you never know how the hell your body's going to feel.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a mess right now. It's cold and I'm like, ugh.
Well, this cold front, even though we love to talk about the weather like old people, because, you know, I'm 39 years old.
Can you keep saying it like you have to like run?
I'm 39. I don't care. And the British Columbia had the biggest cold snap that they've ever had since like the 1950s, where we literally went from 25 to 30 degree weather. And I sleep with my windows open and everything. Oh, no, ma'am. It was -2 when I woke up that one day.
I thought yesterday it was snowing.
Oh, I straight up thought it was snowing. Nope, it was just rain.
Which I'm fine with rain, obviously.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with rain.
We haven't done it for a while. What is your survive and thrive of the past week-ish?
Clearly, my survive is the fact that everyone in my house has been sick. And we managed to go down. We made them aware. We managed to go down to my husband's family for the Thanksgiving. And that was great. We went to a pumpkin patch, which was half dairy farm. So it smelled like cow's ass. But it was super cute because they had tons of animals and the kids loved it. And we rode around on like the haystack thing. And the best thing is nobody told me that there was going to be a corn maze.
Which I'd also preface this timeline. Your husband was sick last week.
Yeah.
He was okay going into the weekend. Your child got sick after the weekend.
My child lost her voice on like the Monday that we were coming back from Thanksgiving.
Yes.
But apparently his family's already had like all of the colds and stuff. So my thrive is clearly, you know, all the birthday presents that I got. I'm very excited because I could say it's just my birthday because of today. But for the corn maze, you had to go through the corn maze to get to the pumpkin patch.
Mm-hmm. Were you taller than the corn maze?
No. Which would have been funny. We split up at the beginning, and my sister-in-law, brother-in-law, and mother-in-law went with the kids in one direction. And then myself, my husband, my brother-in-law, and his wife went in another direction. And then we got annoyed because they kept trying to tell us where to go. So my sister-in-law and I went rogue, and we went all the way through the cornfield. We found all the cool things. Like there was like a bridge. And the best part was we were taking selfies all around the fucking thing and sending it to them like where we are now. And then we did a naughty thing. We cut through the cornfield. Because I did not realize that they purposely wanted you to loop back to the front for this thing. And I was just like, there's like 4 stalks that way, which is fine, by the way. They were taking the corn down because they feed it to the animals, and they were doing that the next day. So it's totally fine. We went through and we were laughing and taking pictures. And then we were waiting, and they were all in there for longer. And the guy comes around who does the haystack, and he's like, "You guys want to go for a ride again and loop back?" We're like, "Yeah, we do." So took a picture. We're like, "Ha, bitches. We're on the haystack." And they're like, "What the fuck? These guys are everywhere." It was super fun. But yeah, I got some really awesome things. I got one of those MP3 players. You know, those newfangled things. I'm very excited about. But yeah.
Which we have talked about before, you wanting one.
Yeah, I wanted one really bad because you can use it as like a tiny Kindle. You can also, I listen to a lot of like Audible, like audiobooks. That's the thing. I wonder if I can put the Libby app on there.
I don't know.
We could see.
But what I find really funny, so Sara sends her gift registry yesterday, which, granted, I think she sent one before, but I'm like, I don't read your list, I already know. And literally everything we got her was on her list. I was like, hey.
I literally told her, like, did you take all the stuff off my list? She's like, no, bitch. I bought all this shit before you even had a list. So I have an ongoing one because I am absolutely terrible for holidays and like my birthday about putting stuff down. Or Eva will be like, your list is boring, ma'am. This is a very boring list.
No, I just send me a list and just be like it'll be like lip gloss. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's like the week before Christmas, she's like, let me add everything that I could have possibly thought of. And I'm like, I've already purchased everything for Christmas.
Oh, that's when the Tiki Talks come out, and then they get you. And I'll put stuff on there, and then I review it every couple of months. And I do it for my kid, too, because she doesn't really ask for a lot. So instead of her just, like, scrolling through the toy section being like, I might like this, if she mentions stuff, I'll put it on there. Or I take a picture when we're at the store, and I go, okay, I'll save this. She's like, okay. But yeah, what's your survive and thrive?
My survive is I worked a lot.
Yes, you did.
And my thrive is been doing a lot of different hobbies.
Oh, yes. Do you want to talk about your adorable little tiny things that you made?
So I've been making little clay items.
Yes.
And then I was like, oh, I'm going to do air dry clay. And I got these little, like, buildings. This is how Sara finds out how I got injured. I made these, like, little, like, you know how I got the cookie cutters that were, like, little buildings?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Those are going to be a pain to cook because I have to, like, freeze them in between.
Yeah.
Why don't I just use them for clay? So I was taking the wall for the thing, and I scooped under, and I sliced my palm open.
On the cookie cutter?
No. On the thing to, like, remove it off of the...
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So, like, I was making jokes that I looked like I was trying to take a blood oath.
Well, that was the whole thing, is someone was talking about something else. Our sister was talking about one thing, and then Eve drops that in there, and I, like, read it, and I did not register, and I, like, made a comment about what the other sister said before. And then I looked again, and I was like, what the fuck? She got her hand open.
So, like, our mom was still at work, so I had to call her and be like, hey, do you have a large Band-Aid at work? Because I'm literally, like, we need to update our first aid kit. It's just, like, drowned after a while.
Yeah.
As I frequently injure myself. And I was like, okay, so I start pulling it down, and I got little things everywhere. And, like, I was like, oh, I'll text her. And then I was, like, literally getting blood everywhere. And I'm like, God damn it. And she's like, do you need, like, she was in a meeting with a couple people, and she's like, do you need me to take you to the hospital? And I was like, no, I would rather die.
I would rather not go back to work today, thank you.
And she was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, well, can you just bring me a Band-Aid? And it was one of those ones that, like, you know when you cut it initially and it bleeds?
Yeah, forever.
And then it comes off and you're like,
really?
This is not even that big of a cut.
Yeah.
So, I was having a darn old time doing those. Yep. And then I was so pissed off because I was like, God damn it. And now...
But did you get blood on them?
No!
Oh, good job. I was about to say, I have dry Band-Aids at home from when my kid's skin, her elbow and her knee and everything else.
Well, these are the ones that are the Pro Heal ones.
Oh, those are sweet.
I could either buy a 5-pack of regular Band-Aids that were $10, or I could buy the Pro Heal ones. They're also $10. And they're, like, ones that actually, like, contour to your hand. It's like, why don't they make Band-Aids for sweaty people?
Oh, there's no Band-Aids for sweaty people. I mean, I feel like it took them too long to come out with actual waterproof Band-Aids that last. It's like my kid cut her finger, And I buy the pack of Band-Aids from Costco. It's like a multi-pack with all the different types. And I was like, oh, I always bring the flexible ones when we go anywhere or like in my bag because if anybody's going to hurt themselves, it's generally going to be a child and you want them so they're like these like flexy ones. Oh my gosh,
No, the
fucking best.
The plastic ones? Why? You like literally a drop of moisture hits them, they fly off your finger.
You look at them the wrong way and they're like, "Meh."
Like you can't put like polysporin on them. You literally can't. Every time I look at them, I'm like, and then the other option is either like take up your entire hand, and I'm like, well, this looks really dramatic. Like I didn't cut my whole hand off. I just want a band-aid big enough.
Oh, I totally get it.
Oh, the worst thing is that I was using like 2 of the smaller band-aids to like try to cover it. Oh. And like it started fraying. So like I'd wake up in the middle of the night with like a fiber up my nose and I'm like, oh yeah.
I know, so freaking annoying.
But I have been really enjoying doing random hobbies. So I have clay. I do some cross stitch. I can't really crochet right now at the moment.
Ironically, there's a yarn sale at Michael's.
Is there?
Yes, there is.
Oh, which I've also been making tiny book nooks.
Oh, those tiny book nooks are so cute. Did you see the Lego one that I sent you?
It's very cute. So they have some at Michael's, but apparently they're like $52.
That's expensive.
I know. And I was so excited because I said to Mom, oh my goodness, this could be my Christmas village. And then I was like pulling them up on like Michael's online and I was like, $52.
Oh, the funny thing though is if you wait like 2 weeks or into November, they'll be like buy one, get one half off or buy one, get one for free.
I know. And so I had purchased a couple so Sarah had said that she had been considering wanting to buy one. So I was like, oh, the one that I got them from like TJ Maxx stores. So they were all like on sale significantly. I'm like, well, knowing my luck. But there's ones that like, they wouldn't apply to her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, well, I'll purchase a couple on Temu to see like what the quality is. And she was like, oh my God, are you buying them for me? I'm like, no, because I want to make sure that they're not terrible. So I received them in the mail and I was so excited for them. I have to Mod Podge the background onto them.
Fuck off.
And I have to glue everything together, which granted is very like model car-esque.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do that. But the ones that I had, you literally just snap the pieces together and it went together really nicely. So to then have to glue everything individually, I was like, you know what? This is going to be a different day. Both of them were like that. So I have to build my Mamma Mia one like that. And I was so sad.
I know, like, it's a lot, well, especially now with your hand and stuff, too. But that's the funny thing is, like, everything's always at, like, a different level of things. And you're always just like, oh, okay.
Well, like, the kit that I got was great. And they're like, the pricier side of them. And I was like, oh, this looks so great. Let's build them, step all out together. And I, like, pulled out the pieces. And I was like, oh. It's like, first step, paint glue onto what? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, this is more work than I assumed. This is another day project.
Yeah, like it's the one that's like, oh, I snap them all together and it's like great.
Yeah.
But
I'm just so funny because when I first saw that one that you have like it's a mini library, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I looked at it and I was like, dear God, I wonder how much. Oh, you're like, oh no, you just snap it all together. And I was like, oh, because I was like, did you place every individual tiny book?
No, so it goes on like the illusion.
Oh.
So it has a mirror in the back. And then the other one I have as a magic house.
Yes.
Which is also very cute. Which I noticed now that I totally forgot to put the pictures behind one of the windows, but I don't really care because like just seeing the lights kind of cool.
Yeah. They're super cute though. I just love how they add a little bit of like pizzazz to a bookshelf.
You know what? They're pretty great too because like you do all the lighting, like it tells you how to do like the electrician part of it. And so like you like filter all the lights and you like have to like take off the wire caps, put the electrician's tape on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So fancy.
I know. Like the first time I did, I was like, this is a lot more involved.
I'm gonna laugh really hard. You know how we always send each other crisscross chairs?
Mm-hmm.
Our mom sent me one of those crisscross chairs last night. You should get one of these. I'm like, right?
Because Mom and I were talking about them because I got a touch off of Temu for my office chair. Because I've had my office chair for 4 years.
Yeah.
And, like, I frequently use it. Like, it's an everyday thing. And I was sitting on it, I'm like, my back really hurts. This really hurts. And a girl popped up that has like the click out ones, but it also has a footrest. And I was like, oh,
It's like the Lamborghini of office chairs.
it's so nice. And it's like $600. And I was like, I should just put a cushion on this chair and hopefully it'll be good.
Really, but that chair's so cool. If I had the budget, I'd buy that chair.
Well, it's not even like if I had the budget. It's like, well, I have the chair that works. I just still need to like find a cushion that goes over it and stuff. Like, it is really comfortable. I could put the arms back on. That could probably help
Yeah.
a bit, but I was just like,
I think a big thing when it comes to office chairs is because we're tall people, they make a lot of short back chairs, like the Piper Song chair that I have, the meditation chair. I love it, but it goes to like just my lower back. And I almost wish, not so I could lean, but I just went up a little bit further for the back and stuff.
and a lot of the like where the curve is in this chair is like the bottom half of my back. Like, that's not where my curve is.
Yeah.
So I'll be like leaning back at it and I'm like just like perched against it.
I know, I don't mind those. I usually end up getting those. They're almost like the netted chairs. I used to call them trampoline chairs because it's like stretched mesh netting that's like kind of structured. So that way when you lean back, it like kind of curves to you more.
See, I hate those. I love the like old man office.
Oh, the puffy chairs?
The puffy ones, but I don't want them in leather.
Dude, all I do is slide out of them. No matter if they are leather or if they are not. I don't know what, I don't think there's enough room for my butt.
Oh, I see them and it just screams comfort.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I want is like when I sit in an office chair for like 4 hours and then I try to get up and walk and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, there's nothing worse than when it feels like if there's children in the room, I'm about to start, like someone's like shoving a wrought iron pole right up your asshole.
Like you can literally feel the pole that's underneath the chair.
Yeah, it's almost like someone's like grabbing you and pulling you down. Like it's just like, and the funny thing is you don't feel it while you're sitting there, or you'll kind of feel like a bit like not so comfy, and then you stand up and you're like, oh my god. I did that yesterday when I got up I got up out of a chair, and I was like, oh dear. My daughter's like, you okay, mom? And I was like, I feel like I'm not going to say that in front of you.
Well, granted, too, a lot of it's like, well, maybe you should like stand up more as you're moving and have like standing stuff. But like, sometimes if I'm really into something and I'm working on it, I don't mind sitting for a longer period of time.
I'm the same way.
But it's just like, oh my god. Also, why are office chairs so expensive though?
Oh, so office chairs were always like a max of like maybe like $250. And then I don't know what the fuck happened, but the year 2000 rolled over and it was like,
not even 2000. It was like 20. Maybe it was when everybody was work from home.
that's what it could be. Because there's so many different like versions of things and stuff. But like I remember when our dad was like looking at an office chair for our house not long before you were born.
Am I that both?
No, I didn't drink enough of my stuff. My free drink from Starbucks and my free breakfast from Timmy's. He was looking at office chairs, and I remember him turning around going, they're selling office chairs for upwards of $300. That is astronomical. And then I remember when they gave us chairs at the company that I used to work at, and they're like, oh, there's these chairs, they're all ergonomic and you can flex them. They never brought in a person to actually set them properly, so we're all playing just like find the spot as we're clicking these chairs. And then we Googled what the single chairs were, which obviously they got some bulk order deal or whatever. Fucking chairs are $1,500.
And like, why?
And I'm gonna be totally honest, not worth $1,500, because in the perspective of someone who does like things to be clean, especially when it comes to your office chair, there is so many crevices where the dust can go and that you cannot fucking get to unless you take the chair apart.
I think if a chair is $1,500, I should be able to like remove the padding or something and clean it.
And so this had like the bungee mesh on the bottom and the bungee mesh on the back. And then underneath were like all the fucking clicky clacky things were to make the stupid thing work. Was like literally so many crevices. So I used to take our chairs outside with like the canned air, because it was an older office building, so we didn't have like really a lot of other places to do stuff, and we would literally spray the dust out because it would be like caked. Like, it's gross. Like, that's butt dust.
I know. And it's also like people walking around. I just think like the concept is like so weird. Also, who was like, hey, let's have leather office chairs.
Oh, it was probably some dude who was like, let's make it expensive. It's like leather interior on a vehicle.
Ugh.
Like, I'm pretty sure the interior on my vehicle is fake leather. It's like that faux stuff that just like wipes off. But like, still, when it's hot outside, it sticks to your butt.
Nothing makes you feel more
Gross.
like a monster than getting out of a truck or a car or an SUV. And then, you're walking around and you got that freaking huge red spot in the back of your thighs.
Yeah.
Because,
Or the wrinkle. The wrinkle, if it's like a puffy seat.
And it just never goes away.
No.
And I feel like then it's like more susceptible to sunburns. Because it's like, I've already been red.
I know.
Let me add a burn.
Oh my goodness. I find it so ridiculous. Some of the things. I'm like, why is that even an option? Also, why did it take so long to get chairs that you could sit cross-legged in?
I think because, like, the notion of, like, cubicles and stuff like that. Yeah, like, cubicles, everything looked cohesive and had to be the same. And now it's like people are at home. Which I always giggle when I see these, like, work from home. And it's like 7:59, roll out of bed, sit in my chair. And I'm like,
I could never.
And it's like, oh, well, I have a video. Oh, it's going to be a video call. I have to go get dressed. And I'm like, do you not get dressed all the time? Like, I understand being comfortable to, like, work and stuff and, like, maybe having, like, more comfortable pants. And I'm not expecting you to be wearing, like, high heels or, like, loafers.
Yeah.
At home. But, like, you should maybe get up and, like, look presentable to the world.
From somebody who's had several work from home jobs, yes. Like, you kind of like judge the vibes when it comes to the meetings. But even if they said something like, oh, we're going to have a meeting and our manager is going to be in it, or this person's going to be in it, I would make sure, that I looked presentable. Like, my hair wasn't soaking wet from a shower, or I was wearing something like nicer. I always had a chair blazer, even when I worked at worked on set in an office, because it was one of two ways. It was either too hot or too cold there. It was never regulated. So I'd always have like a chair blazer, so that way you can throw it on. So even if you're wearing like a t-shirt, like you look like a little like hipster punky girl, but whatever, I don't care. But yeah, for me, it's like the mindset of making sure that I'm ready, like get up, get dressed. A lot of times I've done stuff from here. So then I had that idea of like, I'm going to work twice. Okay, I got to make sure, like, I'm up, I'm aware.
Well, like, here's different because, like, you work here, so you can be as comfortable as you want.
Yeah.
But I just find...
But I still get dressed and come here. I could totally show up in my PJs if I really wanted to. I feel so weird getting in the car to come here in my pajamas.
I just... The whole concept of, like, oh, well, I'm not going to get ready for work. And then people are like, oh, my God, I can't believe when I open my... Like, I open my work computer and I already have messages.
Yeah, that's literally life. I mean, I worked with a lot of jobs, though, where people were around the world. Of course, they're, like, leaving messages.
Yeah.
Or when your, like, manager wakes up and your manager is, like, sick as fuck or had to get up for some stupid fucking worldwide meeting at, like, 5:30 in the morning and they sent you a message. I'm like, oh, my God. Yeah, cool. I didn't read it till I literally signed in.
Well, and I just find it really... I don't know. The concept of, like, corporate life on TikTok, especially, I find is just so, like, oh, well, I have to do this. And I'm like, it's literally part of your job.
I honestly wonder how many of those people actually have jobs outside of posting on TikTok. Like, how many, because there's some folks that I see where they have, like, these crazy stations. Like, they'll have not one, but two of, like, the pink Mac desktops.
Yeah.
And then they'll have, like, the cute headset. Like, there's a girl who has, like, it's like Eve. Like, a cute keyboard. You have a cute, like, wrist protector, like, whole thing. Desktop thing. Yeah, you're, like, making your own little desk. Especially because it's in your house, too. Like, you want to make the space fun. Not a lot of other people see it. You see it every day. So why not? But then there's people who have all these other things. Like, I'm blanking on the name of them. It's almost like an immediate taskbar where they have all these like buttons made. Oh, they'll be like, oh yeah, I click this when I'm on my break mode, and then it goes pink all over my desk, and I have all these LED lights, and then it does this, and this thing goes off, and I'm like, what the fuck?
And I'm not talking about like there's that girl that goes toodaloo at the end. Like those are funny.
Oh, those are some of my favorite things because hers is honestly you can tell that she's actually worked in a corporate job.
Yes.
And her friend who responds, how would I say blah, 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 in, corporate speak? Well, currently at the moment, we feel moving forward, like that type of thing.
Yeah, and like those are funny. I mean the ones that are like, I work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And I showed up at 9:15 and my boss was mad at me. And I'm like, well, you showed up at 9:15.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be like leaving at 5. And I'm like, but you showed up at 9:15.
Yeah. So at least stay till
5.
like shit happens. Like quite literally, shit might happen with that early in the morning.
Yeah, like you might like get stuck on a train or something like that. Like I understand that things can happen, but don't be like, what?
Oh, my favorite thing was that girl where they were asking her if she had any accommodations when she was auditioning, as I like to say, for jobs. Because it makes it way more fun than interviews. And she was like, yeah, I told them that I have time blindness and they need to accommodate that. So, like, sometimes I, like, won't realize if I'm late.
And like, I'm not saying 5 minutes. I'm saying like 4 hours.
She's like, yeah, sometimes I would just like to be able to wake up at a time that works for me and my body and then do my job. Well, if it's a flexible job, if that's what you applied for was a flexible job, and they know the amount of hours, just say, hey, like, it's usually between this and this. Do you have a specific start and end time? But if you apply for a job that wants you to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., my dear, you must work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They say accommodations. They mean, like, you have dyslexia? Do you need an extra font? Do you need any additional, like, Chrome extensions? Is there anything extra we can invest in to assist you? Do you need to have, like, additional breaks because of, like, an injury or some type of, like, autoimmune disease, stuff like that? That's what they mean. They don't mean that, like, I also have time blindness, but I also set a bajillion alarms, and I'm the type of person who's very paranoid about being late, and so is Eve. So we'll show up, like, 15 to 20 minutes early, or, like, I showed up to my ICBC appointment to renew my stuff. I showed up so early, I couldn't even self-check in because there was somehow no traffic that day. But because I was so early, I just went on the app and then saw that there was one slot left that was 30 minutes earlier and rebooked myself for that slot.
But I just find it so, I don't know, the concept of it just baffles me because I could never be the person that, like, there's a difference between, oh, I have time blindness, like I spend too much time on one task.
Yes.
But to say I have time blindness, and it's like, oh, I woke up late. I'm like, that's not time blindness. That's just not setting an alarm.
Mm-hmm. And I don't think that's like a generational thing, which I mean, like, I'm on all of the sides of TikTok. So it's like people are blaming millennials, they blame Gen Z, Gen Alpha, they blame boomers, all this other stuff. And I was like, honestly, I think it's just like how you're raised and how you've adapted to society, to be totally honest.
I am so tired of people being like, if we were watching Brand Agency, like the Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah. That show's super cute.
Which it is super cute. And there's a lot of different, like, generations on there and stuff. And so they were doing a ad for Captain Morgan.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh.
It's okay. You can talk about the episode.
I was like, I'm not saying anything regarding, like, the people.
Oh, I watched the Marshalls one, though.
So, they were, like, saying that Captain Morgan, like, the whole purpose of it was that they wanted to evolve because they find that their marketing isn't translating to people at the age of 21 to 26.
Oh.
21, so like 21 to 30. And they were like, Gen Z. And I'm like, that's not Gen Z. The oldest Gen Z can be is 26.
Yeah.
And
so nobody really drinks anymore.
Yeah. And I was like, well, nobody's like, we don't drink as much. Or like, we're kind of, I'd say like you drink more like as like when you really like at the end of school and like I'd say before your 30s.
I even just think for the economy that a lot of people who are within your age range don't drink because it's so fucking expensive.
Well, they spend a lot more money on matcha.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff.
So much matcha.
Which is fine. But like the whole premise was like creating something to
fill that
need. And the whole time I was sitting there, I was like, well, we don't drink because it's expensive for one. Two, there's not a ton of places that you can like go out for drinks.
Yeah, it depends on where you live, but I know what you mean. Like it's like a lot of the times it's not geared towards like younger people. They're just kind of like leftover things from previous generations.
The other thing is that a majority of that that age range is working 2 to 3 jobs to then pay for things.
Exactly. Or they're working at those places where they sell alcohol and they're not going to stay there and hang out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, the whole time I was like, and they're, like, talking about, like, generations because there's some Gen Z and stuff. And I'm just like, it's not a generational thing. Like, I know some fantastic millennials. I know some very useless millennials.
Yeah.
I know some fantastic Gen Zers. I know some very useless Gen Zers.
Yeah.
And I think, like, that was really weird. We both did it at the same time.
I know. We both flushed our hair at the same time. We're becoming the same person.
I feel like the whole concept of, like, blaming generations is just so, like, I'm a part of Gen Z. Yes. I think a lot of millennials are offended by Gen Z, and, like,
some of them are, yeah.
And which is kind of, isn't it ironic?
Yeah. Don't you think?
That millennials, I feel like, were the, like, first big generation that, like, if you do not fit the brand mold, like, if there was, like, we call it the heroin model, which I feel like we should change, but...
Oh my god, are you talking about the mean girl concept?
Yeah, like, the mean girl concept. That was, like, that started in the 90s and the 2000s. Like, that was not, like, there was, like, you have to, like, yes, when our mom was growing up, it was, like, you can't wear pants and stuff like that. Like, there's a specific attire for a specific thing.
God, you make mom sound so old. It's because her nana was from England and she was, like, super traditional.
Oh, yeah. But millennials started that trend of, like, if you don't wear those brands, then you're not cool enough to fit with us.
Oh, exactly. That started, so it was kind of going on in, like, the 70s and the 80s, so that would be, like, Gen X. It became, like, more prevalent, but that's also when there was a lot more, like, latchkey kids, and a higher rate of divorce. So a lot more people were getting divorced, a lot more kids were independent. They had single parents, stuff like that. So that's when it seemed to be, like, a real drive for, like, brand specific things. And like you said, like, I had similar items, but say they came from, like, Kmart or whatever. Like, I had Champion before Champion was cool. And I always laughed because I never thought I'd, like, say something like that. The fact that you could now buy a Champion sweater for $85 blows my mind. Their shit's great, but the rebrand really did happen. And there was a ton of emphasis on stuff like that. It's like my husband and I always laugh when we go to, like, thrift stores or, like, vintage stores, and they'll have things like Lucky brand jeans.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have, apple bottom jeans, with the boots with the fur. And they'll have these brands that really, like, stuck out to us. Like, one of them was, oh God, what is it? The Louisville Hornets or whatever. It was like a basketball team. They're
the Georgia Hornets.
Oh, I can't remember. Carolina, Charlotte,
Charleston.
There you go. And I'm like,
so we had to go through that.
Basically, it's like teal, purple, white, and they have all those, like, pullover, like, NBA jackets. They had them for football teams too.
Yeah,
but this specific one for this team, which wasn't that good even at the time, like, blew up and was huge, and, like, everybody wanted to have it, which I thought was funny. Or, like, when I was younger, I remember one time, I did play a lot of sports though, so it did kind of make sense, but I remember being like, I really want a pair of Adidas tear-off pants. So, yeah, they would be asking for things, which I think is hilarious, because now you have, like, the Gen Alpha kids who are like, I want Lululemon, I want Sephora, I want this. And that's a direct translation of the people that raise them.
Well, and it makes me giggle because I see all these TikTok videos, because obviously Sarah and I share Wi-Fi sometimes. And it'll be like, so for my daughter's boo basket, for instance, if we're a part of the season, for my daughter's boo basket, I got her a Stanley 40-ounce tumbler, which, granted, what child is carrying around 40-ounce tumbler? I got her Summer Fridays or Road lip thing.
Yeah.
Even now, I can't name what it's called. Lip thingy? The thing that's in the tube.
It's like basically it's a peptide lip serum that's, like, tinted.
Crap that you put on your lip.
It's the fancy chapstick that has serum in it. Yeah. No offense to Hailey Bieber. She has a great fucking market. But, like, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Not,
it's
like,
just not like
average. Not your average Joe that you go get.
And then it goes, like, Sol de Janeiro.
Yeah.
Tree Hut.
Yeah. Sol de Janeiro, Tree Hut, Summer Fridays.
Drunk Elephant.
Oh, yeah, which is terrible because those are really like, they have really high percentages of things in them.
And then for Sephora, it was like Fenty. It wasn't even Tarte. Which, like, I don't know why Tarte doesn't get enough love because
their shit's great.
I love Tarte.
I was really surprised that Benefit hasn't popped off more because their packaging is like very cutesy.
Okay, why is it Morphe popping off more? It's affordable.
It is affordable. So there was like a rebrand and all the other stuff, and the original founder doesn't own it anymore. So I don't know if like that's like translating down somewhere, but their stuff is great. They've recently gone talc free for a majority of their products. Super affordable. And it's basically the whole thing for them was having access to professional style makeup in like the large palettes and stuff like that, and having it be affordable. Their stuff is awesome. There's other brands who I don't understand why they don't go off more. Korean skincare is huge, but Korean skincare is, I feel like, a lot safer than a lot of other like North American brands because they have like lower percentages of stuff, and a lot of it is just basically around hydration.
Yeah, and a lot of like, I would see a list from these people of like what my kid wants for Christmas.
Oh yeah, that one dad who's like, should I buy this for my daughter?
And it would be like, I want a Cartier.
Oh, a Cartier bracelet or
Cartier bracelet.
Yeah.
I want a Pandora bracelet with all of these terms. I want, oh my God, Scott. What? Kathleen?
What?
What's that Julie brand? Scott? Something Scott. It starts with a K. Kathleen?
Oh, hell if I know.
Haley.
No.
Kendra. Kendra Scott. That sounds like a Julie brand.
I was like, Kendra Lamar? I don't know what that's from her brain went.
Kendra Scott jewelry.
I've never heard of that.
List all of these. Prada.
Yeah.
If you asked me at 10 years old, a designer brand, I would say, aren't all brands designer? Don't they all have designers?
I literally didn't know things about designer brands. Like, I knew about like sports brands like Adidas or Umbro because that was like one of the big brands at the time, Nike, stuff like that. Or like, oh, I got a Wind River crew neck. Oh, like stuff like that. But I didn't realize the necessity of like these like higher. I always say in quotations because I feel like all that shit, I mean, especially when it was like all exposed, all that shit's just made in a big warehouse and then jacked up for fun.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it till I was like in my like late 20s how obsessed people were with things. Like there was a huge movement, which I feel like it's coming back again. And for designer bags, their stuff costs way less and it lasts forever, is Coach bags. Their stuff is great. And I've had Coach bags for like 10, 15 years that look like they're still brand new. I do take care of them and I use them like when it makes sense. But there was one that I like literally wore out and it took like over a decade to wear out. But I had no idea until they had the premium outlets in Seattle, Washington, which I went to with my friend. And she was like, oh my God, the Coach store has this huge sale. And I was like, what the fuck is Coach? And she's like, well, it's a brand. And we go in and I was like, these purses don't have anything fun on them. Because I was like, I'm very much like, my style is like if Kate Spade and Betsy Johnson had a baby. Like, I'm very like loud.
Oh, like, you know those rainbow stickers from the 90s? Lisa Frank.
Yes. I love stuff like that. I love bright, happy things. And I went in and I remember her being like this and I was like, what the fuck, dude? This purse is $500. That is ridiculous. She goes, oh no, but it's on sale for this. And like, you know, those outlet stores, they get you with that. It's 50% off. But if you buy it now, it's 75% off before 9 a.m. Like all this other stuff. Anyways, I got this purse and I paid $103 for this purse. Mm-hmm. American. Still have it now to this day. It's a great purse. But I was like, oh, this is like this was fun. Like I'm in my 20s. I don't have a lot of bills. I'm like buying fun things. And then I remember her being like, I'm so excited. They have a Michael Kors store here. I really want to get a rose gold Michael Kors watch. And I was like, why rose gold? She's like, what? I'm like, She's like, oh, because they're so cute and blah, blah, blah. And they're like these big face ones. And we went in and I was like, it's just a middle watch. Like, I don't get it. And she just like looked at me and she's like, well, when I'm like, does it do anything cool? She's like, no. I'm like, oh, I'll buy a watch again because my Timex had just died. I'll buy a watch again when I can be like Penny from Inspector Gadget. And I sure as fuck bought an Apple Watch the first moment they came out.
Well, what also always baffled me was the like concept of like going to those places. So like people would be like, "Oh, I'll buy a Louis Vuitton,"
Yes.
and I'm like, "Okay, my level of designer is Matt and Nat."
Oh, I love Matt and Nat because my big thing for it is it's vegan, which some people are like, oh, cruelty against the animals. 100%. My other thing is we live in Canada. They're also a Canadian brand. Cool. But you can use their stuff year round because of the way that the vegan leather is like tempered and the way that they have all the stuff. It works in all climates. It's not like when you get a leather bag and you don't want to use it, maybe too much in the summer unless you do what, like, there's no thinking. I know that my Matt Nat bags are going to be good to go. Like, I thrifted a Matt Nat backpack, which I'm currently using right now. It was dirty as fuck when I got it. I cleaned the shit out of it. It looks brand new. The back part where the straps come off definitely needs to be fixed a little bit, but I know it's going to last forever. And I paid $15 at Value Village for it.
I think the cheapest one I got off of Facebook Marketplace, and it's this emerald green mini backpack. So pretty. And it was $15.
Yeah.
And then the most expensive one I bought was when I first started working. And I bought a backpack, and I was like, oh my God, backpack. It was a whopping $200. That was all. And I just feel like the concept of like...
But you're more like, that was a practicality backpack. It wasn't just like a cutesy backpack. Like, you were like, I'll put all my things in this and take this to work.
Well, if I'm honest, I really wanted the Fawn X Jillian Harris backpack because a bunch of people work at it, and I was like, oh, that's really cute. And then they never came out with, like, they sold out and they never came out. I was like,
exactly.
And I was like, oh, I kind of want one like that. But I don't know, like, I see a lot of people talking, like, even at work about, like, what they're buying their kids, and I'm just like, what? Like, our parents didn't, like, it wasn't that we weren't really allowed to have video games until we were older, but it was like, it wasn't a necessary item in our house.
It wasn't a necessary item, but also there was like a lot of back and forth. So because I was the tester child, as I like to say, aka the eldest, it was like, okay, well, we really don't want to have it because we don't want you sitting on that. Like, we want you to go outside and like play with your friends, touch grass. Before people said that all the time. Like, we want you to be, okay, we don't want you to be stuck inside just playing stuff all the time. And I was like, oh, I totally get it. So I go to my friend Jinian's house. We would play video games. Except I got two in my whole lifespan while these things were out. The Tiger Electronics movie specific game. So I had a Little Mermaid one and I had a Beauty and the Beast one. And they were like fun. Like, you could like take them to like a restaurant. They had like so many levels. And that was like video games. And the funny thing is, our mom found the Beauty and the Beast one. I put batteries in it and it still works. And I put batteries in it for fun. And I was just like, okay. And I was waiting for laundry to be done. My husband comes downstairs and he goes, what the fuck is that noise? He's like, what are you? Oh, where the fuck did you get that from? And I was like, my mom found it and I put batteries in it. He goes, does it still work? I'm like, it does. He's like, can I play it when you're done? I'm like, you sure can. He's like, we never had these.
Well, even like, so like I had a DS and stuff, and it was great. And like, I loved playing my DS, but I was never like, this is my entire personality.
No, it was never your whole personality. I remember when I went and traded in one of my DSs, like with a bunch of games, and I got a 3DS because I totally like, every single time I got some sort of like bonus at work would like upgrade or buy whatever new thing because I had younger siblings and I was like, well, I can play on this, but also like
it was also peak technology time, and Sarah loved technology, and anytime, like, at one point she had like a Wii U, she had a Wii, she had a PS3, she had
I had an Xbox 360.
Xbox 360. I was trying to think what
Some of them I would buy. What I would do is I would like wait because there was a group of guys who would always buy the new shit at my work. And I'd be like, yo, how much you want for your old ones? It'd be like, I don't know, like $100.
There was at one point that Sarah was like, oh, well, this game only came out on enter game console here. So I just bought one, and I was like,
What?
oh, okay. And then she's like, it would be like 5 years later. She's like, well, I don't really want it anymore. And I was like, pay for it.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I loved Uncharted. Like, I love role play games.
Yes.
Where I can like Lorecraft, Uncharted, all of those I loved.
Yeah.
They don't make them that often anymore. It makes me really sad.
Yeah.
And Assassin's Creed, obviously. But I was like going through all of them, and I was like, oh, okay. So I had a PS3, which I loved.
Yeah.
I had a PSP, which Sony, PlayStation, bring back the PSP.
I was literally watching, it was a show or a movie with my kid, and they were like cleaning out somebody's closet or something, and then they were like hacking a bunch of stuff. And I'm like, dude, you just threw your PSP. Oh my god, is it okay? Because I had a PSP. I loved it.
I still have mine.
Oh yeah.
I purchased mine. This will be a throwback to Canadians. Are you ready? I purchased mine at the closing sale of Zellers.
Oh,
where I purchased that for $30.
yes.
I got Iron Man as my game, and I got some sort of racing game. Granted, like, I will say, I have a Nintendo Switch OLED, and it is very similar to what a PSP was.
Yes.
And it's great, but there was something about, like, the, you could not break a PSP.
No, they were, like, indestructible. A lot of stuff was indestructible. Even, like, a Nintendo
Switch.
Yeah.
Oh, DS.
I was like, DS?
DS Lite.
DS Lite, yeah. Those things were great. And then I even got, I got the 3DS when it came out. I played it for a little bit. I'm like, oh, it's not my biggest jam. And I give it to Eve. I was like, here you go.
The funniest thing was she was like so excited for it. And then she turned on the 3D and she was like, this is terrible. Why does it make me nauseous?
I don't like this. And Eve was like, did you get the Nintendo puppy game? I'm like, yeah. She's little at this time. And I was like, oh, do you want it? Are you going to look it up?
When did the Nintendo Switch 3DS come out?
Well, you were a kid. There's no way that you were.
Came out in 2010. So I have 9.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't sound little, but in my brain you did. And you were like, I didn't get this. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you know what? You can just have this. You were like,
well, the other thing is that, like, when I would get gifted, say, like, gaming consoles, if someone wanted to borrow it, I wasn't, like, deeply offended.
This is mine and only mine.
I think the only time that I was like, this is mine, was, like, I saved up all of my money, and I think I was the first one to buy an iPad mini, because this was back when I was 10
or
11%.
You were the first one to buy an iPad mini.
Yeah, iPad mini. I wanted an iPad mini so I could read on my iPad mini. And, like, I remember so distinctly, like, we were in the McDonald's drive-thru, and I was calling Best Buy, and I was like, oh, I really want one. And then we called Staples, and I had saved all of my money because, you know, I didn't spend money on anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to purchase an iPad mini. I still own that iPad mini to this day.
Yeah.
Sometimes I turn it on just to see. And I love that thing so much. I think then, like, we had a Wii as a family. Oh, Wii games? Why did we go away from Wii? Like, I understand Wii U was supposed to be, like, the upgrade.
Oh, it was not. The Wii U had so many issues. That fucking bar that it had, and it would just slide off of shit all the time.
Well, and the Nintendo Switch are great. I will say they're great. And, like, but, like, the remotes are so tiny.
Oh, they're so small. My husband, if it doesn't have the dongle, he's got zero chance. Like,
I've thought about playing it. Like, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just, like, play Just Dance and set it up in here. And I'm like, I got a new case for mine. It's sparkly. I'm very excited about it. I put it on. It looks so cute. Because I was like, I own Animal Crossing and Mario Kart.
Oh, I have 2 games in my bag.
I know your child was like, Auntie. We remember to bring games. Because I was like, Sarah, I have 2 games. And I should really start using this more because I was really excited to have it. And then I
thought you were secretly gaming in your room. You're like, I always forget that I have it. And I was like, oh, dear.
Well, I would use it. And then I would remember to play Animal Crossing at night.
Yeah.
And there was nothing to do with Animal Crossing at night. And I can't cheat the system anymore and change the time period like I could on my DS.
Oh, that's like Urban Harvest. With Urban Harvest, I used to do that. But I remember laughing the first time I played Animal Crossing because someone said it was similar to Harvest Moon. And I was just like, oh, okay, it's nighttime. It's nighttime here. Like, what the fuck? It's not going to randomly change. Like, it's not going to change every hour. I was running around. I'm like, am I the only one here? This is boring. I'm just picking shit up at this point and dropping it off at my house.
I wouldn't wake up at the ass crack of dawn to play this.
No.
So then it turned into like I'd play it at night, and so then I'd be like running around building stuff, and then the whole time I just felt like I was fighting with the landlord of going, you owe me 98,000 bells, and I was like, well, if I pick up all this stuff, and then they're like, don't pick up too much fruit, it'll ruin the economy, and I'm like, like, what? Also, why did they take away the DS one where that mole would come up and scream at you if you didn't save it properly?
Oh, that's so funny. Because everything auto saves now.
But it would like shake your DS.
I know, it's like, oh.
I was like, oh my goodness, something has happened. But I just feel like we miss out on those like those single concept ones, like the MP3 player.
Yeah.
Is great.
Oh,
like I'm like,
I'm so excited. Now I can like clean my house. No offense, Eve. But it's like, now I don't back. I was like, I may not be messaging you back.
Sometimes it's not even me. Sometimes I will literally text her something like, is this yours? And it'll be a random t-shirt or a random sock that has landed in my laundry from when you stay here.
100%.
And I'm like, is this mine or is this yours? Because I don't want to put it back in my closet if it is yours.
Yeah.
And then she'll listen to me right back and she's like, oh, I'm just folding laundry. I'm like, answer me when you're not folding laundry. I don't care.
Oh, I know. That's the good thing is like, at least I know that you're like, oh, she must be doing something else, like whatever. And sometimes there's people who were like phoning you and doing whatever. And I'm like, dear God.
Oh, I do that.
I'm alive.
If I go to the store and Sarah asked me to get something and she specifically asked the next time I go to the store,
yeah,
can you please let me know? So for instance, I went to Bath and Body Works to get hand soap for the normal hand soap sale.
Yes.
I enter Bath and Body Works. If you know me, there's a combination of all my hated things in this world. Smells, candles, humans, and loud music. And people asking me 50 times if I'm okay.
And bright lights.
Nothing against the workers. Oh. I understand it's part of your job.
Why is it always hot there?
Why? Yes. And there were so many people there.
Yeah.
And so I messaged in the group with her and her husband saying, hey, now there, I know you want the refillable soap. Can you please contact me within the next 5 minutes? Because I'm just standing there staring at soap that I've already chosen the normal ones we get. 10 minutes later. Okay, well, I'm going to call her. Doesn't answer. Okay, well, I'm calling her husband. Hi, Ben. Where's your wife? She's at the store. Okay.
Oh, and the worst part is like, I was in Superstore. So, like, Superstore has no Wi-Fi.
So, I was like, okay, great.
And it blocks all cell phone signals, so that way you lose track of time and spend more money.
And he's like, well, what are the options? So I read him the options, and he goes, well, I really like fresh balsam. I'm like, Sarah doesn't.
No, I don't.
We all don't like fresh balsam.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm just going to wait to get an option. I called her 5 times.
And it didn't register at all.
And I was like, she walked out, and she's like, what's the matter? And I was like, I am at Bath and Body Works. Like, do you want refillable soap or no?
My phone's like, you have 5 missed calls from Eve. And I was like, what the hell? It's like, you have this many missed messages. I'm like, oh my God. I was at the store with my friend. And he turns and looks at me and goes, don't worry. If something's going on, we'll just drive straight there. Like, fuck this. I open up my phone and I start killing myself laughing. She's like, what? I'm like, Eve was at Bath and Body Works. I'm wondering what soap I wanted. She goes, oh dear. I was like,
she asked me the next time I was there to call you, and I was like, oh my God. And your husband's like, well, what about this one? And I was like, oh, she doesn't like that one.
No, I don't like it. I don't know why. Probably because I'm allergic to trees, and it just immediately makes me feel itchy.
No, it was also the scent that Dad would burn everywhere, and it would always give me a headache. And I was just like, no, she doesn't like this one. And it was just a back and forth, and I was just like,
also, I found 2 random soaps at the back. Oh, this is really fun. I want to say it was in 2018. They had some gigantic sale at Bath and Body Works, and I want to say soap was $1.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the pump. And my husband went in there and came out with a bag, and it had 12 soaps in it. I was like, Jesus, that's a lot of soap. Then they came out with like the fall scents, and they had like the same fucking sale. And he went in and bought 12 soaps.
Oh, yeah.
So when you have a child, I don't know if anybody else has noticed this with the Bath and Body Works ones, the way that they're built, every single time my kid would put soap in her hand, it would fall into the fucking sink. Not the soap, but the actual entire soap bottle. And it would just roll around, and she would get really frustrated. So I went into Miniso, and they have this like round, it's just white, but it kind of is like blocky. And it says foam soap thing. I was like, sweet, I'll just empty it in there. It's far more stable. It's heavier in general, so that way it won't fall, but it won't break because it's a heavier set, like opaque plastic.
Mhm.
No shits of a lie. It will make a Bath and Body Works soap last for like 3 to 4 months. And it just makes it super foamy. And you're still getting enough out. You still get a solid lather in your hand. And I had that. So imagine having 24 of those hand soaps, which I found 3 more of them. One of them is in my thing right now. I'm literally now just running out of it. And now they came out with refills, which is great for me because as long as they have a refill that I like in the carton, then it'll work. But I put leaves in. I do not like the smell of leaves. It is very cologne-y.
I also find like so many of the scents there'll be seasonal scents
Yeah.
that sometimes like we had this pumpkin one and mom was like, well, like this was last year, she was like, well, now it's winter time, so I want the winter scents.
I do that. I'm the exact
And then we
same.
got so many half bottles, and then she's like, we're out of soap, and I'm like, 1 second, and you just stick your hand in, and it's like the magical bit that never ends.
Yes.
It goes on and on, my friend.
And that was the funny thing is, because it lasts for 3 to 4 months, I would like start mid-August with like a pumpkin one, like to be pumpkin or whatever it's called.
Mhm.
And then I'd be like, uh-oh, now I gotta get more Christmassy.
And then it'd be like 1 bottle of soap.
Not even a bottle of soap. Half the time it would be like half of it. I'd be like pouring it back. I totally did the same thing as mom. It was the worstest one. I didn't clean it out properly. If you've ever smelled, I want to say it was like that pumpkin pecan waffle thing or whatever. I didn't clean the pump out enough. And my husband had bought the candy cane one. That is one fuckery of sense if you've ever smelled one. It's like, he washes his hands. He goes, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's breaking my brain. I'm like, oh, it's fall and Christmas had a baby. I like when they rename them too. But yeah.
It does say on the back.
I love when some people, but that was like a huge thing for a while. It was like a millennial obsession, which I feel like it still is now for a lot of people. But that's one of those things where it was like, oh my God, I have Bath and Body Works soap and I have the candle, but then you have the soap holder for the soap. You know, those like metal ones that are like bejeweled.
And then you have the candle holder, and then you have the wall mounts, and then you have the little soaps, the little like wax melts.
Sanitizers.
I'm sorry. I don't like my house doesn't smell bad on a good day. But like if I walked in and my house smelled like winter candy apple
Yeah.
everywhere, I'd be really good.
I'd be really concerned too. That was one that I remember buying the winter candy apple because I want to say that Remy or Alicia had it in some vlog.
It's Remy.
It is Remy, yeah.
It's Remy's personality.
Yes. And I got it and I lit the candle and I was like, I fucking hate this one that's burning. Bear in mind, they still smell very potent, like a Lush bath bomb, if you just have the candle open. So I would just have the candle open and not burn it. Because when it was burning, it was not my jam.
I know. And like the amount of people purchase candles.
So many.
So many candles. Like, I will say, my one good friend is a very big candle person.
Yeah.
But she knows that when I come over, like, I can't have the super scenty ones. So she'll, like, have, like, one and, like, quite a wide open space.
Yeah.
And so she knows that, like, I won't die.
Eve has purchased our household a candle warmer, but sometimes I just don't feel I'm responsible enough to have candles burning in my house. A, I have a child. B, I'm extremely clumsy. And C, I may or may not forget that they're on and where they are.
True. But I feel like it is, like, a good, like, add-on gift. Like, when I see boo baskets and stuff. Like,
yeah.
It is a good one. The other things that I see is, like, I'm gonna sneeze.
The faces Eve is making.
Like, with boo baskets, is, like, I see people be, like, very extreme with them. And then I see them also. I feel like this is basically a boo basket themed, like breaking down a boo basket.
Yeah.
Like blankets.
Oh, yeah.
People will spend a ridiculous amount. I will state there is a specific blanket brand that I see on TikTok, and I just want one. I just want to experience what it's like.
Can't barefoot blanket.
No,
Blanket. Oh, I see that all the time.
That like Lulu. Oh my god, it's like a blanket brand, and it's like
I've just seen people make those like berry robes.
I don't know, but it was like people are obsessed with these blankets, and like Haley, Jenna's niece on Dancing with the Stars got a couple.
Oh.
And they just look so cozy.
My whole thing is, if I'm getting a blanket, I want someone to be able to touch it in real life and know that it is soft and cozy.
Well, they have like stores for it and stuff.
Yeah.
But for blankets, I feel like if I had a little snag on my nail, it would get caught in it.
I know. I always wonder because a lot of people with animals have them. They were like a huge thing for the longest time, or like the robes, and then everybody changed to like Skims. Everything was Skims, which I'm like paying $35 for a thong. I just feel like, in general, it doesn't make any sense. You're literally paying more for something, but as less fabric.
It's cotton,
the quality or any of the stuff, but I just find it really funny. It's like they sell like their briefs are like $25 and then their thong is $35. I'm like, how tiny are those seams? Are they hand sewing them?
Well, then the number one thing that I always giggle about people spending a ridiculous amount of money on slippers.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know if it's just me or our family, but slippers really only last so many months in my house before my husband's like, I have something to tell you, Sara. I'm like, what? And he goes, I love you so much. I'm going to go throw your slippers in the dumpster. I'm like, but it's not slipper season. He'll be like, wear your indoor Crocs then. No more slippers. These, like, I thought it was my work shoes. And then I followed the smell and I'm like, oh my dear, I'm so sorry.
Oh my dear, it is you. But I just find it so interesting that like people will spend a bunch of money on slippers. And I'm like, well, they only last a year. Like, I would way rather someone buy me like a really nice set of pajamas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got a couple sets from Old Navy, which thank you to the Old Navy gods that you have made short sleeve flannel pajamas.
Oh, yes. Eve, thanks. Yeah.
Short sleeve shorts and t-shirts because I can wear those to bed and still have my duvet.
Also, shorts that don't turn into underwear. There's nothing better than when you get a stretchy, like, cotton pajama set. And then you wake up and your asshole hurts because it's fucking just flossing away up there with all that fabric.
Yeah. The other things, like, a nice set of pajamas is great.
Yeah.
Mugs are great.
Mugs are great. I mean, I have a lot of them, but God, do I love them.
They
bring joy.
What I found really funny is her mom would look at me and be like, you have too many mugs. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I slowly started buying her hedgehog-themed mugs for each season. And now she's like, oh, well, it's almost Halloween. We must switch over to our Halloween mugs.
Yeah. You love the mugs now, beach.
It's just that we don't have a lot of space for them. But, like, the other thing is like, get me a fun, like, tea.
Oh, a fun tea that you're not allergic to.
They're very slim.
Or like, imagine if someone just got you like a little like with some cough syrups or something.
Some cough syrups?
Coffee? Syrup?
Oh, I was like, wow, your idea of a good time is very different than mine.
Literally, my brain isn't one. No, I'm just kidding.
Or like little like hot cocoa packs.
Yeah.
Okay, this might be a hot take, but I think Cocoa Bombs are gross.
They are gross. Okay, so the concept of them is fun.
Yes.
But in order to actually get the effect, I feel like the chocolate is too thick. And then there's this like sludginess that happens in the bottom. And that's the funny thing is most of the time my kid doesn't even like them. Like when you get them and you've got like, I want to say a 75% chance that they are busted by the time they get to the person.
Yeah, and like the concept's really cool. I think the whole thing is really cool, but it's
a lot and it's very sludgy. Like nothing, it doesn't incorporate.
No, and I'm like, do you have to put it in a pot first?
Oh, I've tried every fucking method known to man because I was either yourself or a couple people.
It was me because your kid was really hyped on them and I literally bought her, it was called the 12 Days of Hot Cocoa Pack, Hot Cocoa Bombs at Costco. And I bought them for her as like a throw-in for her for Christmas. And every time she made one, I was like, oh,
she would like drink the top part. It's cool because it looks like a science experiment, but literally it's just like they drink like a little bit down, even if they do like it, and then the rest of it is just like sludge. So unless you're like someone who just likes melted chocolate, which my kid is like, what the fuck is that at the bottom of the cup?
But it's not even good melted chocolate.
No, and a lot of times they had dehydrated marshmallows in them, so the marshmallows weren't even good, which is sad.
Oh, that is sad.
My kid would much rather just have standard baked cocoa with some whipped cream on top.
And like, so if people weren't buying like expensive slippers, you would have socks. And I despise fuzzy socks. I think they are the bane of my existence.
I think
I
I
like
like safety hazard, and she'd be looked at by like all the different things, that look into all this. What is it? Canada Safety, who sends me all the recalls, which don't eat anything to do with pistachios. Just stating. Everything that is pistachio are those Dubar chocolate bar. Dubai, sorry. Dubai. I combined two words. The Dubai chocolate bar related things. Anything related to that, including I think it's called kofta, the like pastry stuff that you all of that has been recalled for the last like 3 months for E. coli or salmonella.
I've never been a huge pistachio person. Or like the little chocolates, like Ghirardelli's.
Oh yeah,
Cute. Lindor's.
Yeah.
Lindor's have a soft spot in my heart. I love a Lindor.
Like I think for like a boo basket, especially for something for a kid, or the Burr baskets, I feel like those really only started last year or the year before.
I will say it. I think that I have inadvertently been buying your kid Burr baskets and boot baskets since she was a child.
Yeah, but they come in like stages.
Like I felt once upon a time. I went to Michael's during the Christmas like flail out at the beginning of the year, and I literally spent $15, and I bought your child 30 craft kits.
Oh yeah, there were so many craft kits. We still have them.
I know.
Some of them will have been done.
Well, because I would buy them and it would be like for 5 and up. And I was like, okay, at that time, she was 5.
Yeah.
So then I would pull them out and go 5 and up. And I'd go, why is there sewing in a 5 and up?
Yeah.
And so then we'd go into the next one and like, it was great. And then whenever she is going to be here for a long period of time, so like during the summer, I like bought some like crafts and stuff like that to do so that she had other things to do during the summer, which we still never painted those outdoor stones.
Oh my god.
Mom even bought another one.
I feel like she even bought an extra one to make sure everybody was included.
Yeah.
Did we remember to do it? No.
We did canvas tote bags one year.
Oh, the canvas tote bags are super cute. So funny. I, like, when I need to get a bunch of my bags out of the way, I'll stuff bags inside of bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this, like, Sherpa buffalo plaid bag that our mom got me. And I was, like, pulling out a bunch of them because I was looking for, like, a belt bag or something. I don't know. I was looking for some type of purse. And I pulled it out, and I was like, oh, it's mine. I was so excited.
I know, those were great. But I feel like I'm always like, oh, I'll just buy like random craft kits for her to do or a book.
She loves a random craft kit.
Well, and usually like sometimes I'm like they all come at once, and then if she likes it, like she has shown a minor interest in my cross stitching, and I'm not showing her how to do it until she's a little older.
Oh yeah, no, that's an older kid craft.
It's lots of fun, and it's not difficult. It's just you poke a lot, and I don't use a sharp needle.
Yeah,
obviously. It's a very dull needle because I shouldn't be around to sharp things, apparently. But I just feel like that concept of like getting a cute like coloring book.
Yeah.
I will say though, if you buy me a cute coloring book, buy me markers with it. Like coloring books with tiny things on them. It's like oversaturated coloring books.
Well, the only thing I have to say is for all of the companies that are making those kids ones with the built-in crayons or markers, just leave them out. Because the crayons are too waxy and don't show up, or they tear the page. Or my personal favorite is you get something like, it'll have a green, a yellow, a blue, and a red, and it'll be like a Paw Patrol coloring book, for example.
Oh,
there's like tons of other colors.
You know what slapped so hard when I was younger? Those huge coloring books.
Oh, the giant ones? I used to buy those to my kid when she was little.
Those were great. But you know what I think that they should do instead is like slap a coupon on the side that's like $2 off or $5 off it. It'd probably be Crayola.
Yeah.
Because Crayola does make most of those coloring books.
100%.
Like, do that. That'd be great. I'm happy to do that.
I know finding like more little things like that and like celebrating the simpler things. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I took my kid into Once Upon a Child one time and she needed some hoodies. And she grabbed a bunch of hoodies in colors that she liked.
Mm.
And then when we're going up, I realized that they're all Lululemon hoodies. I had no idea. We were just in her section with the things. And they were like $8, $9 because it's Once Upon a Child. And then even now, she's like, yeah, I'm kind of over that hoodie because she's had it for a while, but they're great because they are longer in the arms. And then my friend's kid was like, oh, I really want Lululemon. And she's only a couple of years older than my daughter. And I was like, well, we have one that has no stains on it and she no longer wants it. Would you like it? She's like, yeah, sure, I'd love it. And I was like, well, that's great. Like, you could totally have it, or all the other ones. I did go through a phase of really liking to buy, there's like Burnt Out the Label, which is another Canadian brand, or like Smash and Test. I will state, if you get your kids Smash and Test rompers, they last forever. I bought my daughter the Sesame Street edition of this set of PJs, and then I got the adult ones. She just grew out of them, and I bought them 4 years ago.
I think those are those are
Stretchy,
understandable.
they go on forever. And it literally, they still look brand fucking new. Once Upon a Child just bought it for $20. Jokes on them, I paid $15 because I got it on some crazy blowout sale.
And like those were great. I feel like seasonal pajamas. Like I remember it was like I think it was the first year after Dad died. I went to Superstore and it was the only place that like our mom does not follow standard sizes. She's like a 3X ish. Um, we could never find matching pajamas. Like she would make matching pajamas for all of us growing up, and like her like the gilded Michaels t-shirt, which is like the prime pajamas in my brain.
Yes.
And we walked into Superstore, and no, I went into Superstore because I said I really want to get Christmas pajamas. And I went in and I was like, oh my God, we can all get Christmas pajamas. And I ran out and I was like, Mom, I spent $300 on pajamas. I got, when they used to have the really good, like, oh, here's the $7,500 box of chocolates that you get when you spend more than $300. I got that. I got so many free things on top of it. And I was like, I got to buy pajamas. And I walked up to the car with 3 large bags. And our mom was like, is everything okay? And I was like, you're going to die. So I would pull them out in sections and I was like, look at all our matching pajamas. And like this was like Old Navy had them, but like it wasn't like
The prices were insane that you had.
Yeah.
So it was like, they fit everybody, and it's not just like waist size and stuff. Like, we're all tall. You know how hard it is to find pajama pants that don't make your ankles cold?
pajama pants, tops that don't fit weird. I'm not into the like lingerie-esque sleeping. Silk, no. Never have been.
I like to wake up with my boobs still in my shirts.
Yeah, no, I don't like to play the game of, well, especially now that you guys like sleep over more and stay over more. Yeah. It's like my biggest fear is her child walking in and like my boob is like by my cheek.
Your ass is out. My favorite is when you're like, are these pajamas too short? I'm like, no, you're totally fine.
What? I don't want to be like, oh my God. I know. This is kind of a random episode, but I didn't really want to make a plan. I also just thought,
that's totally fine. Let's just talk about all of the random things in life.
Yeah. And on that note, stay warped and twisted.
Perfectionist, we've got so much to say. Real raw and ready to talk today. We'll be back next Monday with more in store. Catch you then, we're always here for more.